There was a business that recently closed, like without any warning or whatever, and people are freaking out about it in this small town I'm in. They're like, "Oh, this just shows, who the owners really are. Blah 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 blah. Not giving their employees a notice. Now they don't have a job. Now they have nothing. They have no money saved up, and now they just don't have a job. And like, how dare they not give them at least some notice so they could try to find another job before they closed?" I'm like, listen, I get that perspective. I too had the job I was at for 5 years close suddenly, But at the end of the day, when an employee gets fired, the business doesn't warn the employee that in 2 weeks they're going to get fired. So save up your money because in 2 weeks we're firing you. That's not how it works. Like, you just get fired. Which is why I don't typically leave 2 weeks notice. Like, I stopped doing that. I'm like, hey, I got a new job. I start on this day. And sometimes I'll give a tiny grace period. Like, you got to fill up my spot in this time frame because I'm going to be gone, Because essentially, most places of business plan 2 weeks to fire you with absolutely zero notice, zero savings, zero severance. Lots of places do that. People fire you, and that's just how it works. A business owner, a boss, they don't tell you you're going to be fired. They don't tell you you're potentially going to close. They tell you, hey, we're closing. Business is business, and that's just kind of how that is. Business isn't always personal. Business is business. How you treat people can become personal, but having to close your business and not tell everybody to, like, keep their mouths quiet about it and then not quit on them, so then they're low staffed in their last 2 weeks of being open actually ends up being terrible because nobody's showing up to work because they're going to try to find other jobs. It's just like, that's just not how it works. Unfortunately, it's just not how it works. I was like literally in the same position not too long ago. It sucks whenever you lose your job out of nowhere. Like Spirit Airlines. They didn't give Spirit Airlines employees a notice. They just closed. Because sometimes when they're looking at the numbers, the owners, they're like, this doesn't make financial sense. And if it doesn't make financial sense, they have to close. That's just that. They don't tell all the employees to plan to quit within 2 weeks because likely more employees will not show up to work and they'll be understaffed and not able to perform their job anyway. Like their company will just fail anyway. But it'll be worse because people are expecting their services, but they can't provide those services because they told their employees they were going to be shutting down, so employees are quitting left and right, getting other jobs. That's just not how it works. I'm a month-to-month kind of person. I literally had to figure it out the last time my job suddenly closed. At least I had a small severance, and it wasn't very much, but I had something, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to take vacation that entire year, but that was like a blessing in disguise because I got all my PTO paid out to me. So it was kind of like I had a nice severance in a way, but it was because I didn't get to take a vacation all year. And then the next job I had, they were essentially planning to fire me by hiring another employee, and I saw that coming a mile away, so I planned a performance meeting before that employee started because I didn't want to be working as hard as I was working to then be fired when I turned around, you know what I mean? When the new employee started and got their grip on things, I didn't want to have the same situation happen to me that happened to another employee that was there before me. And that's what I essentially did, apparently, Like, I put the pieces together. So I planned a performance meeting, and then they gave me a nice buffer. They let me go, and then they gave me a buffer to be able to just start looking for my new job. I'm very thankful for that buffer. Not a lot of businesses do that, but a lot of businesses plan to fire you. A lot of businesses, when they close, do not give you a heads up that we're closing. You just have to understand that 9 times out of 10, when you get fired or when a business closes, you're on your own to find another job. But luckily, there are plenty of places. I know the job in different areas is scarce, but if you have a presence with people and you have networked and you have used your ability to just be like, hey, I can be on your team if you want me to. I took a week off. I had a new job before my last day at the job that was closing. I had a job with some clients. That job was the one where I felt things were shifting, and then I was let go, but I took off a week to rest and just heal from that experience. And then I just posted on social media that I was a free agent, because people who know me know how lucky they are to have me with them. I'm loyal, I show up, I'm determined, I'm self-motivated, self-disciplined. And I get my stuff done. And so I posted it in the morning on a Saturday, went in to the pool by the lake, didn't look at my phone the rest of the day, came back to my phone on the way back home and saw I had about 4 job interviews lined up for Monday. I had a job by Wednesday. Put yourself out there. Do not come in. If you need to take time like I did, take time to heal from the experience. If you're still holding on to an emotional response of anger and hate and sadness and bad talking, then you haven't fully healed, and you're not going to be able to fully step into the next chapter, because sometimes chapters close so that new chapters can begin. I firmly believe that. I got super blessed when my other business closed. I got super blessed. It was a blessing in disguise. And then when the other business closed, I got super blessed again, because I learned lessons and I applied them, and then I was no longer a fit energetically for that space because I outgrew it. And now I'm somewhere else. And if you keep holding on tightly to the feelings of being mad and wanting to talk bad about people, then you're not ready to embrace a better chapter with a better business and a better company, more suitable for you. Not that those companies are bad, or those companies bad, or those companies are bad, but they were not an energetic fit for who you are and where you are with your own personal growth and development and understanding of what your purpose is on this world, what your qualities are, and what your value is. Because it's not like you're being undervalued per se, but you're not working in a position that is a match to your value. They're valuing you, or they valued you at what they thought you were valuable at the position you were working. But when you realize that you're more valuable and you let go of that, emotional response, then you're going to be able to be an energetic match to step into the role where your value shines and where it is seen, where it is appreciated, and where it is able to grow. Does that make sense? But there's a girl, and I love her, but man, she is still so mad at when she was fired from a business. How long ago? 3 years ago? You're still that mad? If you're still that mad, you're never going to be able to move forward in a better place. Instead, you're just going to be stuck in this cycle, because that's the energy you're putting out. You have to learn how to heal. Feel it, because we all need to feel it. Feel it and let it flow out. Feelings are fine. Being angry is fine. Being sad is fine. Being frustrated is fine. I felt all of those things. Literally, I watched employees that didn't do half the amount of stuff that I did and were terrible and mean. They got 3 months severance, and I didn't even get that. But it is fine. It's fine. I got blessed in other ways. Does that make sense? So I understand the frustration, but it is what it is. And you have to be like, is it what it is? And what opportunities happened afterwards? I got this, I stepped into this, I started doing this. You have to be able to learn how to let go of what happened to you by this person. Because at the end of the day, sometimes when you're no longer a fit in that space because you outgrew it, that space starts to try to push you out. Let it. That space closes the chapter, closes the door. But you have to let go of the grip of trying to keep the door open that's already closed. It's locked. Stop jiggling on the door that is locked. Start reaching for the door that's open. There's literally a door right next to you that is unlocked and ready for you, because that chapter closed, but you aren't quite ready to fully release trying to bang on a locked door that's closed. That wasn't a good fit for you anyway. You weren't even happy there anyway. You felt unhappy. You didn't feel appreciated. Stop worrying about a place that made you feel unappreciated. Let it go, let it flow, let it get out of your system, and start really stepping into places that you really do feel appreciated by appreciating yourself first and appreciating the hidden blessings that were actually not, it wasn't like the world wasn't coming apart, it was coming together for you. You just have to allow your perception to shift so your world around you can shift where it was trying to shift in the first place. But you have to let go of the door handle. Stop holding on to the past. Until you let go of the past, you're not going to be able to step into that new chapter. Okay? Okay. Love you. Goodbye.